want to win these games, but that we move forward to the next one now.
Do you think you had enough chances of quality that today really you should have had all 3 points?
I think so. I think especially when we was 1-0 up as well. I think we had 2 clear-cut chances. Obviously, Sonny tried to take on the keeper, just got it a little bit wrong, and then the keeper made a great save from Deli's when Sonny played him in. So, you know, 1-0, if we score both of those, obviously the game's pretty clear. But look, you're playing against a top side, you have to take your chances, and we had more than enough to win the game. But yeah, it weren't to be. We have to look back and see what we can do better. But overall, I thought it was a great performance from the boys, a real hard-working performance, and like I said, against a very good side.
First goal at home in the league for you this season. Is that a relief, or perhaps on another day could you be going home with a match ball?
Yeah, it's obviously it's obviously nice to score. Obviously, it's been a few games since I scored, especially here at home in the Premier League. So that was nice. And but for sure, yeah, there was a couple out there that on another day I could have taken. So part and parcel of being a striker, you dust yourself down and get ready for the next one. Now, you were booked for the challenge on Andy Robertson. When the tackle was made and the ref's coming towards you, in your mind, are you thinking, I could be in trouble here? No, definitely not. I thought it was a strong tackle, but I thought I won the ball. Obviously, I haven't seen it back, but yeah, look, when you're playing against top sides and you're fighting for points all over the place, sometimes it's going to be strong tackles. And look, if they've obviously checked it, it stayed as a yellow card, and we move on. Would you have understood had it been red? No, you didn't think I haven't seen it back, but from on the pitch, it didn't feel like it. And then even Andy on the pitch said, "I just caught my foot. I don't think it was a foul." So obviously, I think sometimes when you slow stuff down in football, it makes it look maybe worse than what it is. But that's what VAR is there for. So we got on with the game, and like I say, we look at the positives and what we can do in a busy period now. Today was probably the toughest opponent you've had since Antonio Conte came to the club. So it was probably a really good measure of the progress you've made. What would you say? What did we see there? Yeah, I think there's definitely progress. I think from obviously the performances before Conte was in and since, obviously we've built up a good momentum in the league. We've picked up some good results. But yeah, like you said, today was probably the toughest game we've had against the toughest opponent. But I thought we've done well. Like I said, we created more than enough chances. Of course, always disappointing when you can see goals, but after going 2-1 down, it was nice to bounce back as quick as we did. It showed great character, and you know, the boss brings great passion, great energy. We've been waiting for this game for a couple of weeks now, obviously with the games being cancelled. So it was nice to get out there and feel that feeling again. Well done, Harry. Thanks for joining us. Cheers. Thank you.
Spurs won, Liverpool won. What a great 45 minutes of football in North London. So much to talk about. Let's get straight into it. What a start for Tottenham and for Harry Kane, Glenn.
Fantastic finish, it really was. You know, there was I think it's here, Dele Alli goes back there. We look at Liverpool's defending, but there's the 3 midfield players caught him straight line. They needed one of them to be pushed across. This is a wonderful pass. I think it's Robertson that just goes back a little, looks over his shoulder, he goes back and plays Harry Kane on. This is a wonderful pass because it allows Harry Kane not to touch the ball. He's hitting a ball now that's first touch, bang, and what a finish from Harry. He's been waiting and waiting week after week for that. I mean, we need half an hour to analyse this game, really. That's how exciting it's been. But that is a wonderful finish, it really is. But Ndombele's pass, the weight of the pass was absolute top-notch.
Yeah. Andy Robertson just needs to stay alongside his centre-half for longer. We dotted those arrows to the full-back. He should have just given him that pass. That's the lesser of the evils. As it was, he took one stride out of place and that allowed that ball to be slid alongside Harry Kane, and he does the rest.
And Liverpool could have easily conceded more goals in that first half.
Yeah, we said off air that, you know, Tottenham might regret this at the end of the game because they had so many chances first half. Steve, they should have. Liverpool could have been out of sight at half time if they had took them. Again, Harry Kane, I think, sets up Son here, and it's just a little bit too much pace on the cross. I think, Steve, he's just really stretching for Son to try and get over, and it just bounces in front of him, as you see here. It's a difficult chance, but it's a good chance, 2v2 at the back.
I think that's the thing. They've been 2v2 so many times, Liverpool, prepared to put their full-backs in front, and they've left their centre-backs 2v2. Now you've got the third man running. Dele Alli approaches here. Look, oh, it's a fabulous save. He's got a score for me.
Yeah, it's a great angle there. Oh, that is a phenomenal save.
That is a great save.
But we talked about Dele Alli before the game. Maybe he's a bit rusty. Maybe in the past with a bit of cheekiness, a bit of game time, he would have dinked that over him because Alisson's gone early there. That's a brilliant save, don't get me wrong, but maybe Dele Alli.
I mean, when it happened, I thought he's missed the target, but he didn't. Actually, he's hit the target. He's going in the corner, and it's such a save.
Less than 6 minutes later, Liverpool level. How good's Jota in the air?
phenomenal. For someone so small, he times it well, he heads it well. Andy Townsend said in commentary, how many goals does this lad score with his head? And he's right. I mean, he doesn't do so much in terms of his movement, but he's in a nice little pocket of space. And Glenn, you noticed something about the three centre-halves for Tottenham as well.
Yeah, it's very unusual when you're playing three centre-backs. All three of them have had to get across because they've opened them up, Liverpool. All three of them there on the right side of the penalty area, and that's why no one's up against him. Normally in that area there, you've got a centre-back, or even the left side centre-back gets across, and there's no challenge on the ball, but it is a wonderful header.
OK, so 1-1, Harry Kane back amongst the goals. Is he a little fortunate to still be on the pitch, do we think?
Well, I think we all agree. I think he is. I really do think he is. Probably because he slid low, but where he catches Robertson, he gets a yellow for it. Because he's gone down low, he might have got away with it. But for me, I don't know about the boys, I think we've all in agreement here, are we, chaps? That could have been red. If he gives a red, I don't think he's got any qualms.
Yeah, well, Andy's lucky he's just lifting up off the ground, because it could have been very different. It studs, it's out of control. The only saving grace is he's not high. He's still relatively low, and I think that saves him, because he could have been in serious problems.
Yeah, it's a red card for me all day. Hopefully Dermot will clarify that.
It was a big call, because it was only 20 minutes in to the game, that. Dermot, what do you think? With 3 reds in here?
Well, what they look for, Michael's just summed up. It's point of contact, you know, it's just above the boot, so it's low in the referee's view. I think what saved him is Robertson actually goes up here. You see Robertson leaving the ground, he catches him. I think it's not a nice challenge, but for the referee on the field, a yellow card.
But Robertson doesn't go up there and it's a broken leg, isn't it, really? If he doesn't get that right foot off the ground.
I have to agree with you there, Shay,
dangerous.
and I think that's what saved him, is the fact that Robertson is coming off the ground. I think if that leg's planted...
It should save Robertson, not Harry Kane, from getting a red card. That's my argument.
Anyway, stay there, Dermot. Michael, penalty?
Yes, I think it is. I understand why it didn't go to VAR, because you could argue that it's not, but I would favour a penalty there, personally.
Dermot, on field, what do you think?
On-field penalty, I think, up to the referee to give it. Because the referee's position, he's looking straight at it, the VAR is not going to intervene.
Yellow card for Jurgen Klopp. He clearly thought it was a penalty. So just when we spoke earlier about the Newcastle one, the VAR have had a look at that, and in their opinion, they don't think it's a clear and obvious error. Is that correct?
Absolutely, Steve.
Shay?
I disagree totally. I think it's a penalty all day long.
Yeah, but do you think it's a clear and obvious error?
100%. I disagree with Dermot, disagree with the referees, I disagree with the VAR. I think it's a penalty.
OK. You've done a lot of disagreeing today. Jurgen Klopp agrees with you. That is for sure. That one of many talking points.
4v2 in the box. There's 4 Tottenham players against 2 Liverpool players, and they're watching the ball, they're watching the cross come in. If one picks up Jota, he doesn't score the goal, but they're attracted to the ball. I think Dele Alli gets back into the picture as well. No one actually goes tight on Jota, and he's got a free header 6 yards out.
Where they lost their shape, you know, we talked about Liverpool's midfield lost their shape for a split second in that midfield area, and Spurs scored off it. And Spurs, the back three, it's very unusual to see all the 3 of them over on the right-hand side. Then someone else has got to full into that position and do the job. It's all right getting back if you're a midfield player, but if you go back in there, you do the job as a centre-half. You get your touch tight and you make sure you don't get any free headers. But it was a wonderful, wonderful header from Jota.
OK, we will pause in our analysis, because we can go live to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where Heung-min Son is waiting to join us, which is fantastic of him. Sonny, that was an unbelievable game to watch. What was it like to play in?
Yeah, it was an intense game, obviously. Yeah, it was really, really hard. And end of the game, I felt like I couldn't run anymore. So, yeah, but even it's that intense game make you enjoy and yeah, really enjoy the game. But obviously, I'm really disappointed. I feel sorry for the team that I had so many chances or so many opportunity that they killed the game. So yeah, I feel a little bit disappointed after this game.
Were you surprised the amount of chances Tottenham got today?
I've been thinking about it, so I think I'm really disappointed. I said before. So even first half we created so many chances because when you play against Liverpool or this kind of big team, you don't get that many chances as we had. So I think we need to kill this game. And yeah, look at this. I don't want to see it because it's a bit sad, but yeah, it's a bit disappointed afternoon.
Sonny, it's Michael Owen here. I was just wondering, I know both players had lots of players missing today, injuries, illnesses, things like that. But when someone like Virgil van Dijk isn't playing, does that change your approach to the game? Do you think you've got more of a chance of getting these chances?
Yeah, obviously Van Dijk is a great defender, and I think it's really important for Liverpool as well. But we don't obviously individually focus the individual players, so we had a game plan even who is playing. So I think for the weeks, and we were complaining, or we are preparing Liverpool games. So we were watching so many videos, clips, and yeah, I think the last 3-4 days we prepared really well. So I think even Virgil played, we would play the same way we played today.
Sonny, Glenn Hoddle here. Did you enjoy playing closer to Harry Kane? Because there was times when both of you were left 2v2.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel always a big honor playing with next side to Harry, because for me still Harry is one of the best striker in the world. So obviously he played for the team at the moment, or for this season. He didn't score a lot, but the way he played for the team is just incredible. So I'm so happy that he scored today, and always happy and honored to play next side to him.
Let's see the all-important equaliser then, Sonny. When you've just gone down 2-1, could you see Alisson out of the corner of your eye here?
Yeah. So yeah, obviously I made this run, and I thought like, okay, the ball is a little bit long, and yeah, I believe it that if something can happen, so I should be there. So I think obviously the keeper made a big mistake, but also, to be honest, I'll never say it was a big goal. Nobody was there, so if I miss, I'll be gutted. So when you see us, I kick it really soft and nice. I'm really happy moment.
Just as it was a new manager. And finally, on the subject of that, you're still unbeaten in the Premier League under Antonio Conte. That was the biggest test you've had. Is that the progress in that space of time with the new manager today?
No, I think yeah, we are improving. I think it's still, we have a lot of space to improve. So we're looking forward to working with him. So he gave us so much details. So everyone is looking forward to work with him. So